Now, where's old Martha's Rest?
We've got a few rooms going spare now. You want a bed for the night?
Okay.
You speak to Martha.
I remember you. You're the one who saved Whiteheart. How's the old girl doing?
She's very well. Thank you.
Oh, don't thank me. You're the one who saved her. Anyway, what brings you to the rest today?
I was hoping to purchase a mimett gourd. And I thought you might be able to tell me where I could find one.
Oh, reckon I could do better than that. Just so happens, I've got a whole carload of the blasted things. Not a buyer in sight.
Of course you do.
Really?
Aye, you'd be doing me a favor taking a few off my hands before they turn to mush. But just be on the lookout for wild birds, eh? Don't want them chasing after you like they did me.
I will. And thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. Any friend of Whiteheart is a friend of mine. And in times like these, friends have got to stick together.
We certainly do.
Well, that was easy.
Northwich, then. Wouldn't want to keep Anders' father waiting.
Alright. Let's make a move. So, not the most inspired questing so far. I mean, totally honest. Like, the main quest so far, I'm generally engaged in and interested in, but I've been trying to sort of do the side material as well. Since it is going to be my last dance with 16, I'm trying to kind of just get everything. And while I have done every single side quest up until this point, so I kind of feel it's only right to try and do all the DLC ones too. But so far at least it's been a pretty slow start on the side quest front. We'll see if things heat up as we try to bring the chocobo over. The way it's been going, I'm kind of doubtful.
I help the garrison today.
I feel like given the fact that this doesn't even unlock until you're basically already at the end of the story, it's like, I thought there'd already be some like hardcore questing happening already here, because you would have done so many of the basic things already up until this point. So I thought they'd start you a little bit kind of in the deeper end with the side material, but really easing you into it slowly. I think I'd read somewhere that there was like 10 side quests, and this is already technically number 3, so we'll see. Maybe we're going to find something here.
Ah, there you are. And this must be Ambrosia, was it? Oh, she's a real beauty, isn't she?
I have the mimmick gourd too. Here.
Originally native to Ash, early trade between the Twin Realms saw the bright orange vegetable quickly spread across Storm. Though unlike in Waloed, where it can be found in a variety of culinary creations, pies and soups, west of the Author, the mimic gourd's use is mostly solely limited to chocobo fodder. Okay. Heard of mimic greens, but I assume that's... I do know about the mimic greens from Final Fantasy 7 at least.
Soon as she's gobbled this up, we'll set sail.
We're going to take a little trip across the bay now, Ambrosia. Don't worry. You'll be all right.
Yeah, that's it. It's just basically that quality of life improvement turned into a quest. Like, they could have already had all of this activated and ready here.
Well, we made it.
But they turned them into quests.
You didn't all? She is as white as snow. You're beautiful, aren't you, girl?
Brave, too. She was calm as you like on the journey over. The mimic gourd will have played its part, of course, but passing through the walls is enough to spook most birds even then. Not this one, though.
Ambrosia's been through a lot. I doubt there's much that could unnerve her now.
Not with a beloved master by her side.
No. It's you who looks after me, isn't it, girl?
Anyway, thanks for bringing her here. I hope I can breed a bird like her someday.
And if you and Ambrosia need ferrying back to Northreach, you only need say the word.
Thank you. But I think we might explore Mysidia together. What do you say, Ambrosia?
Alright, cool. So we brought her here as well, and I'm hoping that's kind of the final one out of these like little fetchy things, just to basically bring about some quality of life. Okay. Now surely that's all of those type of ones out the way, but no, there's another plus.
Oh, I never should have let him go alone.
How many more we got at this point? 3 more. One's a plus. 2.
Bastard things.
What else could we possibly have?
I can't go on like this.
Don't say that. Just try to breathe. That's it.
Is everything all right?
Ah, you're the outsider. I'm Fannet, healer by trade. And this is Talor, one of my patients. He took ill not long after you arrived.
Nothing too serious, I hope.
I hope so too, but
But
this affliction, it's like nothing I've ever seen before. He complains of feeling chilled to the bone, but there's no fever to go with it. And my most powerful antalgic hasn't done a thing to ease the pain in his chest. I'm starting to wonder if his condition might require a different kind of treatment altogether. Shula said that you were here to help us. You couldn't help me, could you?
I'd be happy to. If I can.
You can, don't worry. All I need you to do is speak to Talor's son, Pavat, over at the forge, and ask if he knows what his father was up to before he came down sick. Something must have caused this, and I want to find out what. The trouble is, Talor's too weak to speak, and I can't leave his side for long. So while you talk to Pavat, I'll pay his wife word a quick visit, just in case she knows anything.
All right.
Okay, let's check this one out. It's another plus quest. It's a long way to find him, so she couldn't just literally turn the corner to speak to him.
Oh, do you need something?
I do, though not from the forge. Fannet asked me to speak with you. She's looking into the cause of your father's illness and wondered if you could shed any light on the matter.
I see. Sorry. She shouldn't have dragged you into this.
It's no trouble, really. Tell me, did your father do anything out of the ordinary before he fell ill?
Not that I know of. But then I hardly see him. He's always out and about, like. Well, at least he was. Suppose he might have been a bit more fidgety than usual, but apart from that...
When you say out and about, where does he usually go?
Just round the village. Wanders over to Blazier's place most days. He's a fisher who lives on the other side of the fount. They're old friends. Maybe he knows something I don't.
Maybe. I'll go and speak with him.
Okay, let's investigate.
She showed them the surge. But what if the...
This guy looks a bit ailed as well.
Greetings, stranger. What can I do for you?
Your name is Blazier, is it not? Pavad tells me you're a friend of his father's, and that the two of you may have spent some time together prior to his illness.
His illness? Talor's never been ill a day in his life. I don't know why he'd start now.
Oh, Fanny doesn't know either. It was she who asked me to look into his recent behavior on the off chance it might explain how his condition arose.
Oh, I suppose there was something that struck me as a bit odd. He kept asking about the woods. Did you see anything strange on your way back from the shore? Are you certain? Do you swear? That kind of thing. I didn't, of course. But he wouldn't let it go. It was like he was expecting something to happen. It was just a matter of when. Not that I know what. But he never told me anyway.
Well, that certainly does sound unusual. And it might just be what Fanet is looking for. Thank you.
Don't mention it. Oh, and when you say Talor, wish him the best from me, yeah?
These accents, man.
Let's see what the healer makes of this.
Almost time for harvest, then. Aye.
Like, I know a lot of the English-speaking player base of the game is from the US, of course. And I feel like this isn't an accent that people from the US would have commonly heard from, like, UK Brits before. I do wonder what those guys make of it. Like, do they find it funny? Do they find it cool? Do they find it interesting? Do they find it more difficult to understand? Like, they don't have subtitles, they struggle with some of it? I don't know. I think it's cool. And, well, I guess the entire village obviously all having the same accent makes a lot of sense as well. Given their isolated nature especially. Definitely sounds quite far northeast to me.
I spoke with Werder, but she couldn't tell me anything. Did you have any better luck?
Nothing conclusive. But there was one thing. Blazier, the fisherman, told me that Talor had taken a sudden interest in the forest of late. He kept asking him if he'd seen anything unusual there on his way back from the coast, but never let on what exactly he was expecting him to have seen.
The forest between here and the coast? Surely not. But then... I can't say for sure. I think Talor's illness might have some connection to the Tomberries. You may have encountered them during your time here. The small, scaly beastmen.
And you think they may have caused Talor's illness?
I do. At least in a way. And if I'm right, it's no wonder the treatments I've been trying didn't work. Oh, I know it's a lot to ask, but would you go down into Father's Fell for me? There's an altar there. And if my fears are true, an offering upon it.
What is going on here?
Please. I'll explain everything when you return, but time flows fast. I beg you, make haste for Father's Fell and take the offering from the altar. Talor's life may depend on it.
Very well.
The altar. Let's go. Okay. So at least this time it does seem like we are going on a little bit of an actual quest here. So it's not far. But we will be potentially facing some Tomberries, which
Bastard things.
are probably going to kick my ass. But we'll see how we go.
Oh, I never should have let him go alone.
Now, while I was doing my like little 10-15 minutes of trying to get used to the game again, I did not like this move. Flames of Rebirth is too good, man. I need that shit. I was messing around with these. I'm getting a little more used to it. This one kind of like, it feels a little bit high risk, high reward because you just kind of stand still and fire these projectiles. If you're firing it at something that doesn't stagger back from it or like fires projectiles of its own, you're kind of primed to get hit. But this one looks very cool. And these ones we can mess around with. Yeah, all of them basically work. That's one thing I definitely remember establishing in the main game. It kind of doesn't matter what setup you have, they all work. And finally we get to enjoy a bit more of this nice forest again.
Before we turned east at the shipwrecks to reach the coast. Now we must head in the opposite direction.
Left it is then.
Yeah.
If there's one thing I know about beastmen, is that they love to hide in the dark.
Alright, here we go. Got a bunch of these to take out. Now. So do this. Get rid of the whites. I'm going to try and just play a little bit more slowly, even if I end up getting hit a bit more as a result. Like, slow it down before I get more used to it. Try to speed it back up again.
What are they up to? Some sort of ritual. Sorry to disturb you.
Alright, here we go. Oh, that's a lot. So let's start with this. Okay, that's a pretty good start. I remember this move. Okay, I can now try and do that. Let's rotate round to this one. Do a bit of this. I mean, these are level 53. I shouldn't really be crunching through these. But it seems like we are. Now. Okay. Mess around a bit with this. Like the special ability. Cancel that. Yeah, so it leaves you vulnerable to getting hit while you're doing that, but hey. Let's mess with this. Wow. Okay. Okay. And we had this ability. Yeah, so basically it didn't really take damage there. I'm surprised. It's like level 53. But hey, we'll take it. Just helping us get used to things again. That felt a little better.
Let's see what's on this altar then. A silver chain. I doubt the Tombury's made it. This must be what Fannet was talking about.
Alright, let's report back. I guess you can... What's the... Fast travel. Nice.
You're back. Well, did you find anything?
Yeah, let me see this. The delicacy of the metalwork combined with the fact that the attached pendant depicts the head of a dragon suggests that it's not the work of the beastman.
I did. This silver chain.
I knew it.
Well, I'm still none the wiser.
Forgive me. This chain. It's a Gregorian Maternoster.
Worn by men of the faith. What's it doing here? And why would the Tomberries be praying to it?
To understand that, you need to understand what the Tomberries are. They feed on hatred and suffering. And some say that if you render them an offering, some token of grievance against your fellow man, they will put a curse upon him.
So you think someone's put a Tomberry curse on Talor?
I can't say for sure. Truth be told, I always assumed it was an old wives' tale. But given his fear of the forest and the presence of the chain on the altar, I don't know what else to think.
Does Talor have any enemies in the village? Anyone who would nurse such a grudge?
No, I believe the one who left the chain at the altar was Talor himself.
I beg your pardon.
But there's more to the tale, you see. It's said that if you attempt to curse a soul that has returned to the sea already, your ire has nowhere to go but back to its source.
You're saying he cursed himself?
In trying to curse another, aye.
When my father was younger, he was one of the few permitted to venture beyond the wall on trading expeditions. He told us that when he journeyed to Sanbreque, he'd wear that chain to disguise his true beliefs, lest Griega's faithful turn their cudgels on him.
Did they ever catch him in his deception? Might that explain the ill will he bears someone?
Not that he ever told me.
Come now, let's not waste time speculating about Talor's past. We need to focus on the present, and that means finding a way to break the curse.
All right. If there's anything I can do to help, let me know.
Thank you. I shall.
Aye, and thanks for going to all this trouble. Here, it's not much, but I want you to have this. We call it an adder stone. It's a gatherer's charm. Reacts to certain rare minerals we use in crafting. Makes them ring out like a bell, stuff you'd have no chance of spotting otherwise. If you find anything, see that you bring it back to me. I can make you some decent gear with it. If you're interested, like.
I am, thank you. And I'll be sure to pay you a visit. Until then, I wish your father a swift recovery.
Alright, there we go. Another quest complete. One thing I do like about the questing in this game is the whole, like, plus quest thing. Yeah, I think, like, the fact that you know if a quest is going to give you, like, more of a meaningful benefit in terms of the gameplay. I think that's kind of nice to know. I think that's what the plus quests were designed to do, if I remember correctly. Right, serpent rings. We have obtained the design draft for serpent rings, accessories that when equipped enhance Leviathan's iconic abilities. To create these items, speak with Blackthorn or Pravat. Yep, okay. Fine. So let's just take a look. What do we even... How much difference does it make? Or...
Reckon my steel's just as good as any.
Let's try... Reduces damage fall time. Same. Okay.
A good tide to you.
No
Cool.
sign of the child.
So that leaves 2 more, right? Okay.
You don't think he's...
So at least that quest had a little bit of combat going on, which is a bit of a better sign. Hoping by the end of these 2 quests as well, I'd be feeling just a little bit more warmed up, and then we can actually make a push for
My
the
lord,
story.
may I speak with you a moment? There is a matter with which I would beg your aid.
Of course, what is it?
Please, not so loud.
Something serious then.
Yes, I think we might have company. I was passing by the low gate when I saw a figure moving among the trees up on the cloak. At first, I thought it must have been you or your brother, so I didn't say anything, but... But the more I think about it, the more certain I am that the figure looked familiar.
And you're sure it wasn't one of the other villagers?
Positive. I think it was someone from outside the wall who has found his way inside. Of course, it could just be my imagination playing tricks on me. I only caught a fleeting glimpse, and it might have been you or your brother. But if it is who I think it is, we cannot allow him to leave now that he knows we're here. Would you go and see? He won't try to hurt you, believe me. Given what lurks in the forest, the only one likely to get hurt is him.
Very well. Whether the man you saw is who you believe him to be or not, we need to know. It may yet be someone else entirely. Someone who means your people, or my people, harm.
Perhaps. Just promise me that if you do find someone up there...
Don't worry. I won't draw my sword unless I need to.
Thank you.
Yamila, this man you saw, might he be the customer you told me of?
I fear so.
The customer?
I'll explain later. Come on.
Yeah, bit of a common theme, where they're giving us these sort of cryptic, almost deliberately cryptic things where they refuse to tell us like who they're talking about, who they're suggesting it might be. Just tell us who it could be. If you're wrong, you're wrong. We're gonna have to head to the cloak and have a look. See if we encounter a few things along the way. And well, whoever we find, they're probably going to be in danger, so we might have some things to take out while we're there. I'm very surprised, honestly, at how quickly we beat the Tomberries. That kind of shocked me.
A bottle. Breath of the arbor. Perfume from Sunbrag. Looks expensive too.
Who's there? Stop!
There we go. That's the trouble we were waiting for.
Hang on! I'm coming!
It's just a couple of wasp growth. Alright, here we go.
Don't eat me! I'll give you gut rot, I swear!
Stand back. I'll handle this.
Okay. So I'll take my time with these guys, just try and beat them as best I can. These ones I need to use my magic a little bit more, I think, to kind of bring them down. Get some of these guys. Okay. Do a bit of that. And a bit of that. So yeah, I'm going very slowly here. I'm just like not doing a great job, but I'm trying to just at least more accurately kind of switch between things, which will help me just improve overall, hopefully. There we go, brought it down. Gun it down. Nice. Very pedestrian in terms of difficulty at the moment. Which is what I need right now.